Welcome to the tasting of the 2021 Early Bird Rosé. This is a really smashing rosé that's made from some really lovely fruit from Anguston, up against the Barossa Ranges, just on Light Pass Road. The Schmidt family have owned the properties around that region for many years now, and this was originally a vegetable patch, this vineyard. Before it was grafted across to Cabernet, it was originally Chardonnay, and they decided to change it up and to take the vineyard across to Shiraz and Cabernet in the 1980s. Some interesting things about the soil in this vineyard. There's been some pretty substantial changes. Quite a big flood, I think in early 50s, deposited quite a lot of silt through portions of the vineyard. That particularly around this region where we pick for rosé, that causes quite high yield and quite high vibrancy in the vines. The soil itself is actually quite sandy, and when they dug a dam to help with the irrigation dry years, they put a lot of the clay that they dug out of the dam around the vineyard to constitute it a little more. Another really great thing about this vineyard is that it's run off a worm farm, and hence the name, the Early Bird, which is why we went for this particular label. The worm farm started off as a tackle box worm collection that was then bred up to extract the worm juices, which also contain eggs, worm eggs, and also the castings, which are spread through later. So that's gone from a small tackle box worm collection into about 200 square meters of worm farm, which is fertigated throughout the rest of the vineyard. So let's get it in the glass and have a quick look. We basically direct press this, which means that we make it like you would a white wine, with virtually no skin contact. So the color that this wine's picked up is just the time that it's spent being pressed out, and even then it's just a very gentle press. The aromatics on this are just explosive. The skin to juice ratio here is absolutely phenomenal, which is why we also make a red wine out of it, but you still have that real intensity from the Barossa floor. On the palate, bags of flavour, really fruity, and lots of lovely strawberries and cream that just persists after you've had a swig. And there's some lovely astringency and some fresh acidity to clean it up so it's not too fatty. Believe it or not, 0 sugar. We ferment this out completely dry, and so it doesn't leave your mouth furry and fluffy like you would with those really sweet, sticky rosés. So we think it's one of the best rosés out there, made from very high quality Barossa Cabernet, and we're confident you'll love it. Cheers.